everyone, JSD Cool here, and welcome to another episode of Coolcraft Season 6. In the last episode, I spent a bunch of time grinding out a system to acquire skulk sensors, which I now have and will likely never end up using. In between episodes, I actually did a live stream in which there it is, built the map art of my face for this season. So, start this episode off, I'm going to make a few more copies of this map and then just start spamming it around the server in various places. The first and most obvious place that I need to put this is on the net, on my portal here in the nether. So I'll waste a good 4 of these maps here. Just gotta, you know, allow people to know whose portal this is. While I'm in the nether, I might as well go around tagging some of my other stuff, like the gold farm here. We've got the wither skeleton farm here that we can tag. While I'm here, I can also put something on my mob farm. Of course, we can't forget about putting one right outside of the storage system. And then also a couple other places around the base. Up next, I'm going to start doing something that I've kind of wanted to do here for a while. I'm going to be taking and reshaping this river here into a canal because, I mean, it's always just kind of bugged me how it's shaped around here and what it does, because like it comes in the super weird wide stuff here, cutting right this way. The land here makes most of this road here a bridge when it realistically shouldn't be. Then we come back this way. For some reason there's a huge expansion to like a giant pool thing back here with an insanely deep cave system beneath it. Anyhow, it then continues on right into the corner of the factory here where it squeaks by with exactly 1 block of water gap here. And then continues down this way, wiggling back and forth for a while. What I want to do is I want to turn this into a nice and orderly canal, at least from around there till a little while after this bridge here. This bridge is fine or whatever. So step 1, I guess, would be plotting out the path I want the new course of this river to take. Alright, so I've outlined where I want the canal to go here, and as you can see, there's some major variations over here. For instance, right here it's being widened, right here we're basically completely redirecting it. Here we're entirely redirecting it from there to over here. The bridge is going to have it cut back a little bit, but we're also then cutting back onto this a little bit here, having this go a bit wider out this way. This probably could be pushed out a little bit more here, and then we're back into the actual river here. So now that I've got that done, I'm going to start to terraform the land that on the either side and that's supposed to be in the river towards being river height, and then we'll proceed from there. Alright, I've done some excavating of the path of the river here, and yeah, this is actually a significant amount of work here because, especially for the middle bit here, there's, you know, the terrain was basically all the way up to where the road is here, and now it's all the way down to there. Of course, you know, I still actually have this wall here and I have, you know, preparations to do like on the other side here. But yeah, just wanted to, you know, show off this because I always think seeing the progress is nice when you have this giant open space here. Anyhow, I have finished hollowing out all the places that need to be dug out for this canal here. I've also collected a crap ton of dirt and stone and other stuff, which will be very useful to start filling in all these extra areas here. But before I can do that, I need to let the water into these sections and flood them as much as possible, as well as, I guess, getting rid of some of this buildup on the river floor there. So, yeah, I'm gonna get doing that. I have widened and therefore flooded the canal here. As you can see, it is completely dug out and done. It is, however, a little bit distracting to see the sections where the river actually kind of used to flow, especially over here underneath it. I think I might go through and like put a layer of stone or dirt or something over where the canal used to go, or the river used to go here, just to make it look a little less dumb. But before I do that, I gotta actually remove the bits of the river here that are going outside the area of the canal, so like over here and such. So yeah, I'm gonna get doing that. The bottom of the canal here has been completely flattened to be all the same height, and while at some sections you can definitely tell where there were caves or rivers before, other sections it looks completely fine. Although I will note, right here, despite how square this looks, this wasn't actually my doing here that made this a very square. In fact, This is completely natural generation for the stone here, and it's not even a chunk border, so that's interesting. Anyhow, next up, I need to do some terraforming on land, specifically like around the road here, to make the land conform to the road and the new edge of the canal a bit better. Terraforming has been done here. As you can see, I have completely built out the land, mostly just around the bridge here. In fact, for the road here, the land's actually been built all the way up, and I need to extend like the outer area of the sidewalk here until where it actually becomes a bridge. Up next, I'm going to go ham on the retaining walls and just basically make almost the entirety of the canal retaining walls on the underwater bit. For the walls, that is. All the walls of the canal have now been switched to smooth stone, making them kind of like a full-on retaining wall type system that looks decent, I guess. I don't know, I'm not one too much for designs. Yes, but I've also done it above the water here where applicable, like over here with the road or under the bridge, or I guess on the side where I didn't want to do terraforming. Additionally, I've also put a little bit of groundwork under this bridge here to make it less bridgy up until it hits the water here. And of course, the underside of this one is actually just quite hollow, but it looks cool. And this bridge though, next up I actually want to make this bridge have a proper underside, and maybe also that one as well, so that it looks less stupid. And by this bridge, I of course mean both of the bridges that go over the river here. I've now fully, I guess, bridged them. We've got the sidewalk decoration area here going all the way up to the edge of the river on both sides now. I guess I cut it back for this side. And the underside is now stone slabs instead of just the bare exposed road. That does make it a bit darker under the bridges, but I don't particularly care too much. Up next, we need to update the map in the nether here, as this no longer is an accurate representation of the course that this river is taking through this part of the city. Alright, map has been all updated and is now accurate to the overworld here. Pretty simple, just had to do a little river rerouting as you might expect. But with that, I'm gonna have to say thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Check out my game, which is linked in the description, and I will see you all in the next episode of Coolcraft Season 6. Bye!